Now at 6:30 on WKYT this morning, an Olympian is helping friends honor a Central Kentucky teenager who died in a Lexington crash.
We still have a few flakes flying around, and especially down in southeastern Kentucky. Now, as we go towards your weekend, Valentine's Day, here comes another setup similar to just 24 hours ago.
And U.S. Senator Rand Paul dropping more hints about a possible run for the White House in 2016.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
It's Friday. Good morning from the WKYT News team. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It is Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And the scary part is that it's so cold.
That's right. And it's going to be cold. Valentine's Day tomorrow, that's going to be cold as well. Have a warm heart, I guess. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. He's in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, and it's going to be a cold one, that is for sure. We have another front this weekend that's going to bring us more snow. We still have some flakes outside right now, and some of these flakes are falling across the way. Bluegrass region, they'll fall on your windshield, your rooftops. That's about it. I don't expect it there on the roads, but down toward the southeast, it's kind of a different story. That's where you have snow showers. They fall across 421 and BG Parkway as it heads down southwest. Now 16 there in Lexington. We're at 18 in Mount Sterling and Owensville. Day part planner, a few flurries this morning and flakes. Heading in toward the afternoon, a cold one, 28 degrees. Then we hit the weekend. Valentine's Day, I know you guys have a lot of plans, some of you guys, and it looks like there's going to be some issues there toward the afternoon and off toward the evening hours when a lot of us are trying to get out and about. I'll show you that forecast, the timing, and also how much snow you're going to be expecting coming up.
All right, we'll see you then. Here's the latest now from WKYT.
We are learning more about a fiery crash in Lexington that killed a Woodford County High School senior.
And those details come as friends of Maddie Jackson pay tribute to her today. They're getting help from an Olympian. WKYT's Mark Barber is live in Woodford County to explain that. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Maddie Jackson's swim team here at the Woodford County High School needs every bit of the support that's coming in because they have to swim without her during their regional competition this morning. The swim meet marks the end to a very painful week for the school of more than 1,200 students. On Monday, 18-year-old Maddie Jackson, a Woodford County High School senior, died in a car crash. Police say she was driving to swim practice when she lost control of her car on Versailles Road. After Jackson's car swerved into another vehicle and then crashed, it caught fire, trapping her inside the car. The 18-year-old was also a member of a tight-knit swim team in Lexington, the Bluegrass Marlins. They have received an enormous amount of support from people across the country after Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte sent a picture holding a sign saying, "Stay strong, Bluegrass Marlins, love Maddie." Now, many of Jackson's classmates here at Woodford High plan to continue honoring her life today by wearing red to school. Live in Versailles, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Well, she obviously touched a lot of people. Thank you very much, Mark, for the report. Now, we're learning more this morning about what led up to charges being filed against a Lexington police officer. Court documents show Officer James Norris repeatedly shoved a restrained suspect. According to criminal complaint summons, Lieutenant Brad Ingram witnessed Officer Norris shove the handcuffed victim several times while inside a patrol wagon. Officer Norris is charged with harassment and official misconduct and is suspended while the investigation continues.
New this morning, police are looking for a man who stole from an Eastern Kentucky medical clinic. The crime at Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation in Whitesburg was caught on camera. Video shows a man loading boxes of unassembled tables into a silver Dodge Dakota. Police say he returned hours later and stole more furniture, the total worth just under $500. Police arrested a man accused of making meth in a home while a child was there. The Knox County Sheriff's Office says Scotty Reeves showed up at a hospital to be treated for burns. When they went to the home, they found 2 meth labs and 5 people, including a 5-year-old child. Deputies say when they returned to the home a second time to arrest Reeves, they found him hiding in a closet.
Time is now 6:34 here on WKYT this morning. A Madison County mother is defending the man who is accused of punishing her children with an electric cattle prod. Richmond police charged Silas Powell with criminal abuse. A school resource officer told police about the incident. Carol Powell says she is engaged to Silas and that the police have it all wrong. She says he has always been kind to her 7-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son, but she says social services took the children away.
I'm not going to choose between every one of them. I love them all 3, and I don't believe in my heart he would do that.
Powell also says she never saw bruises on her children nor heard them complain about being abused. She says she is now fighting to get the children back. Lawmakers in Frankfort will try to advance a statewide smoking ban today. Representative Susan Westrom of Lexington says the House will likely take up the bill today, where it has bipartisan support. But Senate Majority Leader Damon Thayer has said the bill would have a tough time passing the state Senate. The bill would ban smoking at all workplaces and in public buildings in Kentucky.
U.S. Senator Rand Paul wants a state presidential caucus in 2016 that would allow Paul to avoid a costly legal battle on whether he can run for president and re-election to his Senate office at the same time. The Kentucky Republican wrote to the state party central committee asking for a change in the rules so he can be treated equally with other potential candidates. Prosecutors in Chicago say 32 people from the U.S. and Mexico face charges in a more than $100 million gold for cash scheme to launder Mexican drug cartel profits. Authorities arrested 10 suspects recently in the Chicago area and 2 in Kentucky and Georgia. Well, the weekend is the deadline to sign up for health care through the Affordable Care Act.
And the White House says that the program has been successful. Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear agrees with that, but thousands of Kentuckians could be penalized because of the new law as well. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is live in Lexington to explain that, and she's joining us. Good morning, Whitney.
Good morning. The open enrollment period on healthcare.gov ends this Sunday, and if you don't sign up before then, it could be pretty costly. According to a report by our news partners at the Lexington Herald-Leader, up to 260,000 Kentuckians could face a penalty for failing to sign up for health insurance last year. The deadline to enroll for coverage as required by the Affordable Care Act this year is February 15th. Signing up before that deadline will offset a penalty for next tax season, but not this one. If you didn't have insurance in 2014, you'll be fined $95 per person in a household, or 1% of the household income, whichever one is higher. If you don't have insurance this year, that fine will jump up to $325 per adult and $162.50 per child in a household, or 2% of the household income. So to avoid those fines, there are several options available. There is a Connect store here at the Fayette Mall, and the state also has a website that you can go to. That is connect.ky.gov. Live in Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Whitney. A busy Lexington Road is back open this morning. The inner loop of New Circle was closed at Old Frankfort Pike from 10 last night until 5 this morning. Crews set beams in place for a new bridge. This is all part of that road widening project going on at New Circle in Leestown. Well, if you are still searching for the perfect Valentine's gift for your significant other, chocolate, always a safe bet, a good way to go.
And they're working overtime this morning over at Old Kentucky Chocolates, among some other places. They're whipping up some sweet treats, sure to satisfy. Let's go out to Deanne Stevens, who's checking out all of the options this morning for us. Hey, Deanne.
Hey, good morning, guys, from Old Kentucky Chocolates. You know, Valentine's Day is here. A lot of folks think of roses, getting that beautiful dozen roses. I think about chocolate, and this is the place to get it. Look at these beautiful chocolate-covered strawberries. Rixie and Cheryl, how do you stay out of them? You just have to keep working, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to do, because I would have to do one for me, one for you.
Just once in a while.
Just once in a while, she says. Don Hurt is with us, Old Kentucky Chocolates. Huge operation you have going on here, Mr. Hurt.
Going on here. Lots of strawberries we're dipping.
You said they started last night at 10 o'clock.
Last night, and we're going to work 48 straight hours.
This is the season for you, one of the many, I'm sure. Talk about your chocolate-covered strawberries and how we've gone from strawberries to grapes and
sea salt potato chips, pink Himalayan salt.
So Dean, who's behind the camera, says that's his favorite.
It is. They're great. They picked up and sell wonderful. In fact, we ran them some more yesterday.
All right, so what are we looking at for today? Folks who are going to be coming in here, can they pre-order? Do they need to just come in and pick up their strawberries?
We'll be open at 7 o'clock, just in a few minutes.
So they'll be open until when tonight?
7 o'clock.
And tomorrow, you're still going to have plenty.
That's right.
Plenty of grapes and stuff.
Lots of strawberries and grapes. Plenty of them.
How many strawberries do you go through this time of year?
Probably about 8,000 pounds. and 3,000 pounds of grapes.
And I've been back in the back this morning. You've got a huge operation going on. How many extra people do you bring in to cover for Valentine's Day?
Extra 10 or 12, stemming the strawberries and pulling the grapes off of the vines and so forth.
Well, I can learn to do that, and I can also learn to dip some chocolate. Ladies, you got to let some roll through so I can have one. Can we try it out? Am I allowed to do this? I put my glove on for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Old Kentucky chocolates. Amazing. Happy Valentine's Day. They're located on Southland Drive. I'm Deanne Stevens. Back to you guys.
She gets all the good
Enjoy.
assignments,
Yeah,
right?
she does. You said you never had the chocolate-covered grapes.
I haven't.
They're good.
All right, I'll have to
Check
try
that
them.
out.
All right, whoever's out there, maybe send me some. I don't know. Valentine's.
Let's go check on Officer Don and live drive traffic this morning. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning, gang. We're off to a decent start. I mean, the big thing this morning, just watch for the patches of ice, of course. It might have some left over, but as far as traffic flow, it's generally even lighter on Fridays this time of the morning, believe it or not. But for now, we're watching Nicholasville Road, Harrodsburg Road, and on the north side with no major issues to deal with. As we get a look outside, and we'll show you what to expect inbound this morning on Broadway and High Street. Just check the construction zone, too, on Leestown Road, where things are moving okay in and outbound Leestown and on the Circle. Our Waze map, we can see that with the wide view this morning. No major issues to deal with there, and Man o' War looks okay as well. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend, Don. And it is 6:40 now. A lot more news coming up on WKYT this morning.
Well, this video of a congressman giving a cheeky wink goes viral, but it turns out it was for a very special fan.
We're looking at still some flurries, flakes out there this morning. It really comes this weekend as another chance at some snow on Valentine's Day. I'll show you that in a big time chill. Yeah, even from where we are right now. That all comes up next.